in the wrong freaking formation. God, baby. In the wrong freaking formation. God, baby.
Welcome to the Inception Energy Solutions postgame show powered by 316 Healthcare. I'm your host, Coach Kel Singleton. I'm here with Tom Eric Lazo and Josh Stitcher. We're going to put this report tonight for you, give you a little update, talk about some of the games today. We're at the Mount Zion game. Right off the gate, talking about Zion Wednesday.
Me, myself, I was, very impressed with what I've seen out of Mount Zion. Even though they're playing a team that is, don't have good talent. Mount Zion played really, really well, especially tonight on defense. They fly the ball very fast defense, and their offense is by a freshman quarterback over there. Again, they played somebody who's nowhere near as good as they are, but when you watch games like that, on defense, they got some great. They rally to the ball, speed on defense.
One of the things I noticed right off the gate, looking back, and since then they put up 6 points in 2 games. So Coach Warner and gang have obviously got something figured out. And like he said, you were going to touch a little bit on the defensive side of it. It sounds like
They were absolutely just all over Jordan or Jersey all night. Jersey just dominated 3-0 completely. And then I believe when all was said and done, Mount Zion scored 2 and they were just they're solid a front seven as I have seen in quite some time. The thing that I love about NCAA football, the Mount Zion, the Bowdens and all that, you get to see those studs that are on defense turn right around and play offense, and they're studs on offense as well. But, I mean, they were just out physical in Jordan, whatever, and just, I mean, Jordan can get back on that charter bus quick enough to get home.
athletic, but they lack that discipline, that successful program. Obviously, Mount Zion and Coach Gordon tonight. So games like this, you're supposed to come out because snowball effect will set in, and then fight will start.
Right. You do, but I do want to say this. In our area, we have tremendous support for our teams. And it's sad to see somebody like Jersey come up there and about 20 people. That's sad to me. It hurts my heart for those kids. And it's kind of hard to go on the road and get up and play whenever you know that you really don't have a lot of support at home. So us in West Georgia, we need to be very thankful because the kids that play at the sports here.
Oh, yeah. You see that everywhere in the West Georgia area. I mean, everybody's always excited, pumped up. It don't matter what game it is, especially if it's a rival within a town or something.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always the best.
Yeah, they are.
Speaking of the rival, let's get into that. 'Cause this is only the second Premium Bound game that I have missed.
Yeah.
So,
It was a good game. I tell you, Jordan.
we had one run, I think.
Time after time, he came back and made some killer plays. He had one ball he got Tate on the sideline. And what I liked about Bowden tonight too was instead of just relying on the deep ball with a 6'6" guy, they finally took the easy throw, ran some comebacks, ran some hitches, got Caden involved, and then that big play that got set up was after about the third or fourth time Caden had caught those intermediate routes.
Mm-hmm.
So that corner is like playing chess. Started playing up a little bit more, and Caden ran by and had a step on him. That's when he got his big play. But at the beginning, it was kind of. I said talking post or halftime show. Caden had one target in the first half, but it was from Bremen's quarterback. He had a pick six. Yeah, that was his only target in the first half. So I'm sitting there scratching my head like, get him involved, and in the second half, they made some adjustments, got him the ball, and then obviously that opens up your run game, and it just kept going, and they did a really good job. The thing I was more proud of than anything we talked about on your weekly preview, Bowden's special teams looked a lot better.
They showed up tonight.
They looked a lot better. They cleaned up a lot of stuff, which, I said in the weekly show that I thought that was going to be the advantage for Bremen. But obviously they went to the drawing board, did simple changes, but it also kept them in the game. They even flipped the field at sometimes in punt situations, which I was very surprised to see. So that was big for them. And then, it was Bowden's defense did a heck of a job, man. They were swarming. It had them guessing. It was almost like, Bremen got repetitive with their play calling, and Bowden wasn't falling for it. They just kept tackling, and that turned into good things for them. So.
Well, and a couple of turnovers, like you said, the pick six.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Last year, Bowden was 1-1. They didn't play so great against Manchester in game one, but they won the football game. And then they turned around and they lost to Central.
Mm-hmm.
But then the season started to change for them last year. 35-0. Offense started clicking. Defense looked great. Special teams was great last year on the road at Bremen.
Yep.
Bremen comes in. They're 2-0. Bowden's 0-2. Bremen comes in. Their defense looks great. Been playing great. Last year, one of the top defenses. We talked about it on the preview show. One of the top defenses in the state all classifications number wise. And Bowden puts 42 on them tonight. Now, granted, a couple of them were on defense. I think 2 scores on defense, right, for Bowden? Or one,
it
and
was
then
one, just one.
So, Bowden puts up 35 on offense tonight, and that's something that they haven't done all year.
Yep.
And it was this is kind of eerily similar to last year to me.
It's their get-right game. Like, they found
that
a rhythm.
Bremen game was the one. And then after seeing what we've seen tonight with Mount Zion, I am so excited. Don't want the season to hurry up and get over.
Yeah.
Because we're going into week 4 now. But the last game of the year at Mount Zion, Donald Mixon Stadium, them and the Red Devils.
Yep.
And I believe it's going to be for that region championship. And I think if both these teams stay healthy, I mean, Josh, we've seen them both. I think it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a great football game for a region championship from two schools that's, 7 miles apart.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, what Mount Zion showed us tonight, they played fantastic football. They were playing fast. They were playing physical. They were playing a lot like Bowden usually plays, fast and physical.
Yeah.
And so if those two trains keep on the same track, that last game of the season, it's going to be a collision.
It's going to be a collision. It is. It's going to be a train wreck because, again, Mount Zion did not play the quality opponent tonight or this week if they would with Jordan. But you can just tell their defense is fast. They get they just fly to the football and they get after you, and everybody does. Tonight we've seen second, third string kids in there. The second string comes in to start the second half on defense. Jordan drives the field, but when they got down inside the 10, those kids stiffened up and they held them out of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And they held them out of the end zone because they didn't want to be the ones to give up the points. Starting defense for the first half and then shut them out. So tonight was just a good game for Mount Zion, and I'm excited to see them two play at full strength at the end of the year.
Yep.
That's what I like to see is Mount Zion about, and we're going to get to.
Yeah, and jumping back to the Bowden-Bremen game, for Bowden you have to be really excited for them because all they've heard since TJ graduated, since Robert graduated, oh wait till next year Bremen-Bowden game. You ain't gonna have a transfer like TJ. You're not gonna have this. You're not gonna have that. They've heard all this stuff. It ain't gonna be the same result. Well, after tonight, they've done a good job. And then you hear rumblings in, well, Georgia and Bowden had the best recruiting years. Well, when you build a program like they've been building and win state championships, kids want to come play for you.
Absolutely.
That's a winning tradition. They want to come and play for somebody that's going to win.
Especially in today's football.
That's right.
You can move schools.
Yep.
Not like you used to could, but you can move schools now. And when you win, winning breeds winning, and people is going to want to come.
Yep.
We know it well in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Carrollton's done it for years. They have won for years, and people come from all over wanting to play for them.
Yep. And the difference for me with programs like that, everybody talks about potential or they talk about expectation. The good programs that get transfers in and that are established set standards.
Yep.
Standards are way different than potential and expectations. So that's why you see programs like this getting those recruits, as some people call it. Maybe instead of talking about the recruits, maybe you get a pen and pad out and do some of the same stuff they're doing, and maybe you'll be able to do the same thing. But
winning does it.
Yep.
Winning cures everything.
That's right.
No, when you're winning, there ain't a lot of grumbling in the peanut gallery.
Yep.
And then coaches feel a little more safer and or not as much pressure about going out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
so winning does a lot for your program.
It does, and even further with that, starting 0-2. See, I told y'all about it wasn't going to be nothing.
Right.
So for them, that was a huge win, especially after losing to Central last week. I mean, everybody, they couldn't
the
stop
world's
it.
falling apart,
exactly.
Bowden, what's going on, and then the peanut gallery starts on the coaches and all
That's
that.
right.
So look what happened.
Yep.
Again, last year they were 1-1, probably kind of similar to what they started this season, other than the 0-2. They were 2-point conversion away in Manchester from beating them and being 1-1. And again, for me, Bowden's game of the year last year was turning the season around in Bremen, and I think that's going to happen. And I mentioned that on our show Wednesday night. But I'm looking at a score you got here. Villa Rica, how about the Wildcats? And Coach Austin Barron gets his first win on the road against a 2-0 Northgate.
Yep.
It's a good football team that Villa Rica beat tonight. And I told you again on the weekly show that look out for Villa Rica. They got a really good defense, and they got some cats on offense, guys, that can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just, them progressing together and getting more comfortable with each other.
Yeah, Northgate was undefeated. So that's, they beat Whitewater, beat Stars Mill. So for VR to go to Northgate, which is a established program, they've had success over the years, and beat them, that's a big deal. And we talked a lot about how does VR get successful. I think what they've done is, that quarterback they got is like a stallion. He's got a cannon. He's just run and gun.
He looks like a left-handed Cam Newton.
Yeah, I think they've calmed him down a little bit, pulled the reins on him, simplified it a little bit, and let him play, and I think that's what helped them this week score more points. Obviously, we weren't at the game, but just from seeing scores, it sounds like they kind of made it more efficient for him to be successful and run their offense. So.
And their defense still, even though they gave up 23, that defense still, you can tell that they played pretty good because, like I said, Northgate's 2-0, and they can score some points.
Yep.
And it's a good program. I think it's a great win for Villa Rica.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To start the season. 1-1 now.
Yep.
And they could very easily been 2-0. I mean, that Hebron team that they beat last week, lost to last week, that's a good football team. I'm talking about one of the best looking offensive lines that I've seen in a long time. And I'm not talking about just them being good. I'm talking about getting off the bus and looking good. 6'3", 285, and, look like that they squat 600 and bench press, 4, So, proud of Villa Rica tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, when we come back, we'll run through the rest of these scores. We're going to take a quick break. We'll have the Temple score. We got Central scores. We got hopefully a final with Carrollton and Rome coming up. I know Harrelson was off tonight. And I think, Hurd, we'll have your Hurd County score and all that when we get back. So stay tuned in, and we'll run around the block real quick.
Are you thinking of buying or selling land in West Georgia? Cal Hardy is one of West Georgia's top agents and would love to help you. Whether you're looking to buy or sell hunting land, farmland, or a rural home, Cal has the experience and expertise to help you. Find him on Facebook or call Cal at 770-296-2163.
316 Family Medicine, located in Bremen and Carrollton, offers a variety of services to meet your family's healthcare needs. Their experienced providers, nurses, and healthcare professionals are dedicated to making your healthcare experience the best possible. They offer acute care, urgent care, preventative care, chronic disease management, as well as specialized services including pediatrics, sports physicals, home visits, and much more. Call to schedule an appointment today at 770-537-1234 or visit them online at 316familymedicine.us. 316 Family Medicine, a fresh approach to healthcare.
James O'Neill Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is a family-owned and operated dealership serving West Georgia and East Alabama and supporting high school sports since the doors opened in 1990. Whether it's sales, service, parts, or financing, we're here for all your automotive needs. As the service and satisfaction winner for the past 8 years and the #1 Ram dealer for the past 16 years, it's guaranteed that there's no deal like an O'Neill deal. If you can't make it out to see us, we'll deliver a unit straight to your doorstep. So give us a call today or visit us online at o'neilldodge.com, where we make the buying experience easy.
Since 2005, Caliber One Construction has provided the highest level of
quality, integrity, and satisfaction in every aspect of their company, while empowering their employees to address the ongoing needs of their clients in an ever-changing environment through a passionate work ethic and innovative spirit. Founders Jeannie and Chris Elliott have made a commitment to customer service and customer satisfaction. That's why Caliber One Construction goes by the motto HIGH, how you prepare every day. Caliber One Construction, proud partners of WGTV and WGTV Sports.
Inception Energy Solutions specializes in utility construction and maintenance, including distribution, substations, underground and overhead, and control wiring. They have a federal approved and accredited apprenticeship program working in 9 states across the Southeast. If you're looking for an exciting career like former Blue Devil Brody Doss or Trevor Roberts, give Jerry Pounds or Hillary a call at 404-783-8646. Also, check them out online at InceptionSolutions.com. So join the over 70 employees that have made IES their home. That's Inception Energy Solutions.
Since 1985, Osier Apparel has been a leading provider of custom apparel, specializing in corporate wear, custom t-shirts, and spirit wear. As a family-run business with over 3 decades of experience, they have established a reputation for delivering quality products and exceptional customer service to their clients. Choose Osier Apparel for all your custom needs.
Are you looking for a car, a truck, or maybe one of those popular Jeeps? Look no further. James O'Neill Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has been serving the West Georgia area for over 25 years, providing one of the largest inventories of quality trucks, cars, and SUVs in the region means you're guaranteed to find the model and trim which best suits your lifestyle. Once you settle on the perfect vehicle, meet with their team of finance experts. They can help secure you the terms and rate which best fits your lifestyle. Remember, there's no deal like an O'Neill deal. That's James O'Neill, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bremen.
316 Family Medicine, located in Bremen and Carrollton, offers a variety of services to meet your family's healthcare needs. Their experienced providers, nurses, and healthcare professionals are dedicated to making your healthcare experience the best possible. They offer acute care, urgent care, preventative care, chronic disease management, as well as specialized services including pediatrics, sports physicals, home visits, and much more. Call to schedule an appointment today at 770-537-1234 or visit them online at 316familymedicine.us. 316 Family Medicine, a fresh approach to healthcare.
Old Fashioned Hardware Store. That's the best way to describe Messer Hardware of Bowden, Georgia. Remember when a person greeted you at the door and provided quality information and service? Or when salespeople were knowledgeable about hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, and agricultural products? Take it further back. How about when lawn and garden seeds were scooped from bulk containers? At Messer Hardware, the best parts of the past are alive, well, and at the center of our business philosophy. We pride ourselves on offering the old-fashioned hardware store experience you grew up with. That's Messer Hardware of Bowden, Georgia.
Located on 30 Dot Road in Bowden, Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply opened their doors in April of this year. With backyard gardening essentials as their main focus, there is so much more at Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply. They also serve as a full-scale farm supplier, and there's even some fencing options you can choose from. So stop by Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply today for some free coffee and all of your farming needs.
Whitley's Forestry Mulching and Skid Steer Service is your go-to for all your mulching, brush cutting, trenching, grading, excavator services, and more. Open in 2018, Ryan and his team have made a commitment for customer service and satisfaction. For all your mulching and skid steer needs, give Ryan and his team a call at 678-378-0683. That's 678-378-0683. Whitley's Forestry Mulching and Skid Steer Services in Bowden.
If you're looking for some of the best lemonade in West Georgia, Steve and his crew at Incredible Pope Lemonade are serving up sunshine by the cup. With an extensive menu that includes strawberry, cherry lemonade, and watermelon, the menu also boasts a peach mango lemonade with natural peach puree stirred in the mix. If you are looking for your own cup of sunshine, give them a call or follow their Facebook page. at Incredible Hope Lemonade.
Are you thinking of buying or selling land in West Georgia? Cal Hardy is one of West Georgia's top agents and would love to help you. Whether you're looking to buy or sell hunting land, farmland, or a rural home, Cal has the experience and expertise to help you. Find him on Facebook or call Cal at 770-296-2163.
316 Family Medicine, located in Bremen and Carrollton, offers a variety of services to meet your family's healthcare needs. Their experienced providers, nurses, and healthcare professionals are dedicated to making your healthcare experience the best possible. They offer acute care, urgent care, preventative care, chronic disease management, as well as specialized services including pediatrics, sports physicals, home visits, and much more. Call to schedule an appointment today at 770-537-1234 or visit them online at 316familymedicine.us. 316 Family Medicine, a fresh approach to healthcare.
James O'Neill Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is a family-owned and operated dealership serving West Georgia and East Alabama and supporting high school sports since the doors opened in 1990. Whether it's sales, service, parts, or financing, we're here for all your automotive needs. As the service and satisfaction winner for the past 8 years and the #1 Ram dealer for the past 16 years, it's guaranteed that there's no deal like an O'Neill deal. If you can't make it out to see us, we'll deliver a unit straight to your doorstep. So give us a call today or visit us online at o'neilldodge.com, where we make the buying experience easy.
Since 2005, Caliber One Construction has provided the highest level of quality, integrity, and satisfaction in every aspect of their company, while empowering their employees to address the ongoing needs of their clients in an ever-changing environment through a passionate work ethic and innovative spirit. Founders Jeannie and Chris Elliott have made a commitment to customer service and customer satisfaction. That's why Caliber One Construction goes by the motto HYPE, how you prepare every day. Caliber One Construction, proud partners of WGTV and WGTV Sports.
Inception Energy Solutions specializes in utility construction and maintenance, including distribution, substations, underground and overhead, and control wiring. They have a federal approved and accredited apprenticeship.
Welcome back to the Inception Energy Solutions postgame show powered by 316. I'm your host, Coach Kel Singleton. I got Coach, I guess I
It's still
say.
Coach.
It's still Coach. Coach Wade Traylor here with us from Mountain Zion. He's their AD. Tell us a little bit about that. How long you been Mountain Zion's AD now?
2 years by myself, solo running it, and then before that, Coach Gordon, Coach Hollow, and I we split the gig for 2 years to get my feet wet a little bit, and then I've taken it over the last 2 years.
Okay, how was it working? We've worked together before, and Coach Holloway, how was it learning from him with how to run all the ins and outs and all that stuff?
We learned a lot with Coach Holloway. Even before then, I learned a lot with Coach Bill Bailey.
Oh yeah,
and because he's got a list for everything, the checklist for everything you're going to need. So I still have those lists, and I still call him probably every couple of weeks at least to talk to him about something that I need to do or get done. So he was helpful, and then we still got Coach Gordon. He and I, we still bounce things off each other to make sure we're doing the right things for all our kids.
Okay, yeah, and tell us a little bit on a Friday, a home game. What goes into it for being an AD? Is it a headache, or is it easy, or how's that work?
Yeah, I think the joke I've told a couple people is I prefer road games because I actually get to watch the game. The home games, I'm running around all over the place, putting out any fire that starts up, and then trying to keep them from starting.
Yeah.
So it's constant moving all over the field, up in the box, down on the field, moving around, and then you spend your whole week trying to plan it to make sure everything works the way it's supposed to work. And like tonight, we had an overload of power, and our scoreboard went out for 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So that happens, and you start running back and forth trying to get things like that fixed. That just happened. So like I say, the joke is I prefer road games so I can actually stand on the sideline and watch a ball game.
Yeah, no doubt. Usually when you see, like I'll be at a bunch of games in the county, and you either see ADs or principals, it seems like, running around putting out fires or making sure this is right or whatever else comes into it. Tell us a little bit about the parts of the game you did see tonight. Or did you go to the Greenville game?
We did. I try to make them all. And like I said, the Greenville game, things that I noticed, and I coached football a little bit when I got to Mount Zion. Never coached on the varsity level with y'all when y'all were there. I never did that. But things I noticed, I think we improved a lot from Greenville. We had a lot of self-inflicted mistakes at
Yep.
Greenville, things that just shouldn't be happened. We cleaned that up and came out and did what we needed to do in Jordan tonight.
Yeah, and one of the things, I talked about it, I guess it was on the weekly preview show when we talked about Mount Zion. One of the cool things that I see is a lot of the former players coming back now and helping coach with Coach Gordon and all that, and kind of keeping that tradition that Coach Holloway and, Coach Gordon, Coach Joyner, Coach Marinelli, all those guys rolled their sleeves up to kind of turn, Mount Zion around. You were around at that time. So tell me about that. Like, how is it to see, even some of the ones you coach, being back now?
The thing. There's been some kids that we're starting to see some of those kids that I coached in middle school football. And coached them in high school basketball coming back, like Coach Corn's back. Came back from VR Middle this year, and then we got Coach Helton fresh out of school coming in to help take over the weight room program with Coach Joyner. So it's good to see those guys come back, and they're still invested in the program, and you need to keep that good consistency of your older coaches with your younger coaches to keep that balance. So you got your kids, you got your hype guy if you need a guy out there for that, and then you got your older statesmen that can run the things that need to be run by them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's what I was talking to, Tom and a few others about. Coach Gordon has done such a good job, taking from Coach Holloway. It's like it just continues to align with the principles and the standards that was established to turn Mount Zion around. And then, seeing, I think I saw Jace too out there.
Jace was around some of the summer and helped with our weight program.
I saw him.
He's been around.
And
so it's good to get those guys back that had success, played in college, played at even, mini camps and NFL. Get those kids back out there. And your kids see them and think, they made it out of Mount Zion. They did it. I can do it too.
Yeah, it's definitely got a good thing going over there. And it was, like I said, it was a pleasure working, learning. That's why I asked about Coach Holloway, because even my 1 year that I worked with him and even with Coach Gordon, it was just so much you learned on how to, not only coach, but also relationships built, with your athletes and how you're supposed to do things. And you can't coach every kid the same and all those type of things. So
got to find which button to push on each kid.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Looking forward, or looking down the road for y'all, who do y'all have next week?
We go to Heritage of Noonan next week.
Okay.
They were picked up. They originally weren't on the schedule. We had Cleveland County.
Okay.
Snafu with the schedule with Alabama. Their season starting a different week, and so the week 0 game didn't line up. So worked out that we were able to replace them with Heritage of Noonan.
Okay.
We go there next week.
Yeah, I think y'all will be fine in that game. It looks like, we talked about before you got here, Bremen scrimmage. It's kind of like, when I watched that game.
Yeah, the Bremen scrimmage, that didn't turn out great.
Yeah.
But we knew some things going in that weren't going to necessarily work out, but we spent more of that week, I think, working on us than working on trying to put in things to do that scrimmage. And we just went in more practicing. We're going to do what we do and just not worry about the score. Yeah,
and just scheming for the first 2 games after y'all were open that first week. Just from the Bremen game.
After that Bremen game, you got to see a lot of things that we needed to fix, and we got film on kids that needed to get fresh game time rep.
That's
film
right.
on them. So it was big night, to have that open week to get 2 weeks essentially to get ready for the first real game.
Yep, and your 2 games, Coach Joyner and Gangs put together 76 points. So I would think
and which our defense tonight had 2 or 3. I know we had an interception return. I know we had a scoop and score.
Okay.
So the defense, the defense put up points for us tonight too. That was big. And so, we're starting to get rolling. Hopefully, start clicking on all cylinders and all facets of the game.
Yeah, like I said, good to see Mount Zion keeping that tradition in there. It's close to me a little bit because it was my first stomping ground place. Y'all gave me a chance when I was a young pup coming up through the system. But as I always tell people, even yourself, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, and it's good to see you being the AD and keeping that tradition going. But we want to thank you for coming on, talking with us, and get home safe. And we'll be back in a second to run through all the final scores. We're going to try to make sure what that Carrollton score was. And when we get back, we'll run through that, highlight a couple of the games, and take you through the rest. Thank you.
Inception Energy Solutions specializes in utility construction and maintenance, including distribution, substations, underground and overhead, and control wiring. They have a federal approved and accredited apprenticeship program working in 9 states across the Southeast. If you're looking for an exciting career like former Blue Devil Brody Doss or Trevor Roberts, give Jerry Pounds or Hillary a call at 404-783-8646. Also, check them out online at InceptionSolutions.com. So join the over 70 employees that have made IES their home. That's Inception Energy Solutions.
Since 1985, Osier Apparel has been a leading provider of custom apparel, specializing in corporate wear, custom t-shirts, and spirit wear. As a family-run business with over 3 decades of experience, they have established a reputation for delivering quality products and exceptional customer service to their clients. Choose Osier Apparel for all your custom needs.
Are you looking for a car, a truck, or maybe one of those popular Jeeps? Look no further. James O'Neill Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has been serving the West Georgia area for over 25 years, providing one of the largest inventories of quality trucks, cars, and SUVs in the region means you're guaranteed to find the model and trim which best suits your lifestyle. Once you settle on the perfect vehicle, meet with their team of finance experts. They can help secure you the terms and rate which best fits your lifestyle. Remember, there's no deal like an O'Neill deal. That's James O'Neill, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bremen.
316 Family Medicine, located in Bremen and Carrollton, offers a variety of services to meet your family's healthcare needs. Their experienced providers, nurses, and healthcare professionals are dedicated to making your healthcare experience the best possible. They offer acute care, urgent care, preventative care, chronic disease management, as well as specialized services including pediatrics, sports physicals, home visits, and much more. Call to schedule an appointment today at 770-537-1234 or visit them online at 316familymedicine.us. 316 Family Medicine, a fresh approach to healthcare.
Old Fashioned Hardware Store. That's the best way to describe Messer Hardware of Bowden, Georgia. Remember when a person greeted you at the door and provided quality information and service? Or when salespeople were knowledgeable about hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, and agricultural products? Take it further back. How about when lawn and garden seeds were scooped from bulk containers? At Messer Hardware, the best parts of the past are alive, well, and at the center of our business philosophy. We pride ourselves on offering the old-fashioned hardware store experience you grew up with. That's Messer Hardware of Bowden, Georgia.
Located on 30 Dot Road in Bowden, Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply opened their doors in April of this year. With backyard gardening essentials as their main focus, there is so much more at Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply. They also serve as a full-scale farm supplier, and there's even some fencing options you can choose from. So stop by Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply today for some free coffee and all of your farming needs.
Whitley's Forestry Mulching and Skid Steer Service is your go-to for all your mulching, brush cutting, trenching, grading, excavator services, and more. Open in 2018, Ryan and his team have made a commitment for customer service and satisfaction. For all your mulching and skid steer needs, give Ryan and his team a call at 678-378-0683. That's 678-378-0683. Whitley's Forestry Mulching and Skid Steer Services in Bowden.
If you're looking for some of the best lemonade in West Georgia, Steve and his crew at Incredible Pope Lemonade are serving up sunshine by the cup. With an extensive menu that includes strawberry, cherry lemonade, and watermelon, the menu also boasts a peach mango lemonade with natural peach puree stirred in the mix. If you are looking for your own cup of sunshine, give them a call or follow their Facebook page at Incredible Pope Lemonade.
Are you thinking of buying or selling land in West Georgia? Cal Hardy is one of West Georgia's top agents and would love to help you. Whether you're looking to buy or sell hunting land, farmland, or a rural home, Cal has the experience and expertise to help you. Find him on Facebook or call Cal at 770-296-2163.
316 Family Medicine, located in Bremen and Carrollton, offers a variety of services to meet your family's healthcare needs. Their experienced providers, nurses, and healthcare professionals are dedicated to making your healthcare experience the best possible. They offer acute care, urgent care, preventative care, chronic disease management, as well as specialized services including pediatrics, sports physicals, home visits, and much more. Call to schedule an appointment today at 770-537-1234 or visit them online at 316familymedicine.us. 316 Family Medicine, a fresh approach to healthcare.
James O'Neill Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is a family-owned and operated dealership serving West Georgia and East Alabama and supporting high school sports since the doors opened in 1990. Whether it's sales, service, parts, or financing, we're here for all your automotive needs. As the service and satisfaction winner for the past 8 years and the #1 Ram dealer for the past 16 years, it's guaranteed that there's no deal like an O'Neill deal. If you can't make it out to see us, we'll deliver a unit straight to your doorstep. So give us a call today or visit us online at o'neilldodge.com, where we make the buying experience easy.
Since 2005, Caliber One Construction has provided the highest level of quality, integrity, and satisfaction in every aspect of their company.
Welcome back to the Inception Energy Solutions postgame show powered by 316 Healthcare. I'm your host, Coach Kel Singleton, and I got the man in charge, Mr. Bryant, principal of Bowden High School. We're going to talk a little bit about the game, the vision for Bowden, where it's going, how long he's been at Bowden, and all those things. But first, we're going to talk about a few sponsors. We'd like to thank All Seasons Roofing. Been in the area for 30 years now. Take care of all your roofing needs, and give them a call. You can see the logo here on front of our computer right here. And the best thing about All Seasons Roofing is they don't want an arm and a leg, they just want a finger and a toe. So give them a call, and they'll get all your roofing needs taken care of. Another one we'd like to talk about is Tritt Realty. It's a full-service residential real estate firm. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or build, we do it all. Over 25 years of experience, we're equipped to handle all your residential real estate needs. Check us out online at trittrealty.com or come by our office in downtown Carrollton today. Tell them that Big Tom sent you or any of the gang here. So check into both of those. They'll take care of you. A lot of years of experience in the area. It's hard to find this day and age, people that you can trust. So definitely give them a call if you need realty or roofs. So before we get into this and dig into Bowden and the vision and all that, we'll run through the scores real quick. We got Mount Zion over Jordan, 43-6. Villarica over Northgate, 24-23. Bowden, huge win over Bremen, 42-16. Temple, 43-21 over Chattooga. Carrollton, 33-13. That is a final, right? I think so. That's a big win for Carrollton tonight. They went to Rome and beat Rome. Heard County comes up short tonight, 21-24. Central, big win over Hampton, 42-7, and Haralson County was off tonight. So, we get to our guest, Mr. Bryant. Tell us a little bit about Bowden, what they got going on right now, and the buzz in Bowden.
Man, we had a great start to the school year. We got softball and we got football going on right now. Band, is working hard, doing their thing. Cheerleading's going on. We got a lot of academic stuff in the building. Our international skills diploma seal kids are going through the things they need to go through. They're going on a weekend trip here in a couple weeks to fulfill those things academically they need to do. Right now it's good about them.
Yeah, tonight was an example of that. Right. Obviously, Bremen Bowden rivalry. You come away, you got to be happy about that success tonight.
77th game in this rivalry, And that's a good thing about high school sports is, local rivalries like that. So.
Yeah. And looking at the team and the program and Bowden and, y'all are a hot commodity right now, and you got a lot of kids in the area or heck all around that want to come and play for you guys and want to be a part of something great because y'all have set that standard. Right. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Y'all don't have expectations. You don't have potential. Y'all seem like at Bowden now you're setting standards, and the standard is to try to, win a state championship like you did in football and things like that, or even in the school. You have certain standards you set to set yourself apart from everybody. So,
We're all about challenging ourselves, challenging our kids, getting our kids to not be afraid to challenge themselves, having our football schedule. It's been pretty tough up front, but, we know who we are when we get to the end.
That's right.
The rest of our sports are scheduled the same way. We've got more and more kids taking dual enrollment AP classes, not being afraid of what those things are going to look at when they normally wouldn't, So just having kids have that confidence in themselves, we preach that every day to them.
Yep. Yeah, and going off that too, it's almost, you're putting your students or your athletes in a scenario where they could eventually have to face some type of adversity, which to me is lost this day and age, because when you get them out in the real world and they face that adversity, some fold because they've never been put in that situation before.
Well, and that's the thing, and they know the support's there from the staff, but they know the staff, we're not going to bail them out. We're going to help them through that adversity if they do fail. If something changes in that standpoint, we're going to help them through it, but we need to get to the point where it's student-led decisions.
Yep.
We're just providing resources for them to get through those obstacles they run into.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, building something like that, even for me, I got 2 little boys, just hearing that, that's kind of what makes people want to be a part of something special that y'all got going on in Bowden.
Well, it also creates ownership. Our kids have a lot of ownership of our school. A lot of decisions we make in our school, go through input from our kids. Same thing athletically. Kids play hard when they feel like they got ownership in a team or a program. It's evident our kids have played hard all year. And they feel like they've got a lot of ownership. It starts in the weight room.
Yep.
They've won 4 weightlifting state championships. So they feel like they've got ownership in that, and it relates, carries over to the field, in different sports.
Yeah, and just being close to some of the coaches that work for you and stuff like that over the years and just talking to them and all, I think the best thing that I've heard, not just saying it because you're sitting here, but you understand the process because you used to coach. Right. You understand the biggest thing that I'm so glad you said first is weight room. Right. That has starting to become more of an importance now, than it was years ago. But that and just setting the tone and making those athletes take weight training, to be a part of a program and all those things.
I was fortunate to be able to spend, about 10 years with Robert Heron, who's he's in the Hall of Fame in 3 different states, won 6 state championships. Me and Coach Finley actually coached on the same defensive staff for him.
Okay.
And his thing was, what's the building blocks, what's the steps we need to take care of every day to get where we need to go. There's no magic practice plan. There's no magic thing you're going to do once you get to the playoffs to be able to get ready for a state championship. Yep. We're doing that well before we ever get to that point. He preached that every day, and that stuck with me probably as much as anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and, just an example of that was tonight. You're from around this area. You know how big this game was tonight. It's a huge one. So what was your takeaways from just watching tonight?
Well, leading up tonight, our kids have played hard against Manchester. They played really hard against Central, and they've come up short. Mm-hmm. One by 1 point and one by, a lot more than that. So our kids had every opportunity in the world, to start questioning what's going on. And they've not even blinked anything. They know the process. They know what's going to happen, and they just keep going to work. Tonight, we looked, our kids played hard just like they did the first 2 weeks. Both sides of the ball, we looked better. Offensively, we played really good in spurts. Probably not to the standards our coaches want us to play the entire game. We scored 42 points. We had 15 penalties. Yep. So we left some points out there. With that being said, so our kids know how much better we can get. We've just got to take care of self-inflicted wounds and things we can take care of.
Yep.
And if we do that by the end, and our kids will, and what people need to understand, this is not last year's team.
Exactly.
Every year's different.
Exactly.
Every year's different. We've got 5 new offensive linemen. We've got new skill kids. We've got 4, 5, 6 different kids on defense. So they've got to figure out, they've got to gel together. We've got to get some guys in the right spot. And the same thing happened to us last year. We made more personnel changes after the Central game last year than we made any other time, and we took off from there.
Yep.
So, those coaches are going to get them in the right spot.
Yep. And looking at, like you said, taking from, your words a little bit there, saying it was in spurts, moving forward, hopefully we can see, because Bowden had a lot of big plays tonight that busted for 70, 90, all those good things, but sustaining drives, like we were kind of talking about before we got on.
Being able to sustain drives and controlling the ball, eating the clock a little bit,
yes.
Knowing when to eat the clock and all, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
But it's the consistency on offense. When consistency on offense comes, the rest of that's going to come.
And hopefully tonight, moving forward, this was a little bit of the, you hear rumblings, oh, they're 0-2, they lost everybody, blah, blah. Maybe this was that confidence booster to clean up all the rest of this stuff down the road.
And I think so. And the kids hear that stuff. We're 0-2. And I'm guilty as a fan too. I watch a lot of college football, and I can always call the best play after the last play didn't work. And I'm as guilty as anybody.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part of being a fan. And our kids hear that stuff, but the kids, they're focusing on what we need to focus on.
Yep.
Staying together, moving forward, and it'll get better from there. It'll get better from there.
Well, congratulations on the big win tonight in the 77th meeting. When we get back, we're going to talk to the other side of the fence. We got some Bremen Blue Devils up in here. We're going to talk to them a little bit, ask them about their thoughts, try to keep them separated until we go to break here. But thank you all for tuning in, and we'll run through those scores again when we get back on WGTV.
Since 2005, Caliber One Construction has provided the highest level of quality, integrity, and satisfaction in every aspect of their company, while empowering their employees to address the ongoing needs of their clients in an ever-changing environment through a passionate work ethic and innovative spirit. Founders Jeannie and Chris Elliott have made a commitment to customer service and customer satisfaction. That's why Caliber One Construction goes by the motto HYPE, how you prepare every day. Caliber One Construction, proud partners of WGTV and WGTV Sports.
Inception Energy Solutions specializes in utility construction and maintenance, including distribution, substations, underground and overhead, and control wiring. They have a federal approved and accredited apprenticeship program working in 9 states across the Southeast. If you're looking for an exciting career like former Blue Devil Brody Doss or Trevor Roberts, give Jerry Pounds or Hillary a call at 404-783-8646. Also, check them out online at InceptionSolutions.com. So join the over 70 employees that have made IES their home. That's Inception Energy Solutions.
Since 1985, Osier Apparel has been a leading provider of custom apparel, specializing in corporate wear, custom t-shirts, and spirit wear. As a family-run business with over 3 decades of experience, they have established a reputation for delivering quality products and exceptional customer service to their clients. Choose Osier Apparel for all your custom needs.
Are you looking for a car, a truck, or maybe one of those popular Jeeps? Look no further. James O'Neill Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has been serving the West Georgia area for over 25 years, providing one of the largest inventories of quality trucks, cars, and SUVs in the region means you're guaranteed to find the model and trim which best suits your lifestyle. Once you settle on the perfect vehicle, meet with their team of finance experts. They can help secure you the terms and rate which best fits your lifestyle. Remember, there's no deal like an O'Neill deal. That's James O'Neill, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bremen.
316 Family Medicine, located in Bremen and Carrollton, offers a variety of services to meet your family's healthcare needs. Their experienced providers, nurses, and healthcare professionals are dedicated to making your healthcare experience the best possible. They offer acute care, urgent care, preventative care, chronic disease management, as well as specialized services including pediatrics, sports physicals, home visits, and much more. Call to schedule an appointment today at 770-537-1234 or visit them online at 316familymedicine.us. 316 Family Medicine, a fresh approach to healthcare.
Old Fashioned Hardware Store. That's the best way to describe Messer Hardware of Bowden, Georgia. Remember when a person greeted you at the door and provided quality information and service? Or when salespeople were knowledgeable about hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, and agricultural products? Take it further back. How about when lawn and garden seeds were scooped from bulk containers? At Messer Hardware, the best parts of the past are alive, well, and at the center of our business philosophy. We pride ourselves on offering the old-fashioned hardware store experience you grew up with. That's Messer Hardware of Bowden, Georgia.
Located on 30 Dot Road in Bowden, Aryan Farm and Rent Supply opened their doors in April of this year. With backyard gardening essentials as their main focus, there is so much more at Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply. They also serve as a full-scale farm supplier, and there's even some fencing options you can choose from. So stop by Aryan Farm and Ranch Supply today for some free coffee and all of your farming needs. Located
Welcome
on
back
30
to the Inception Energy Solutions postgame show, powered by 316 Healthcare. I'm your host, Coach Kel Singleton. Got my Quazo friends here with me now.
The Quazos are in the house,
yeah,
right?
Quazos. That's the OG name right there.
If
If you don't know them by that name, you don't know them.
You don't know them. Yeah,
That's right.
that's exactly right.
But we're back here. We want to give a shout out to Smoking Pig.
Smoking Pig Barbecue in Bowden. They provided dinner for us here tonight. The coaches just came through. We still got a house full of people here and watching the show. Hope you're enjoying it back at home. But yeah, the Smoking Pig, they got some good barbecue.
Yeah.
Hey, I've
I
never
had some
it.
ribs
Some of the
here. Now I got some ribs back there.
You got ribs back there?
Yeah, I got some short
best.
ribs.
I got Lay's potato chips, man. We already got whipped. I got to at least have some ribs.
We gonna get you some ribs, Tim.
Yeah, and like I said, I had me a sandwich a while ago, and I scarfed it down during commercial break, and it was really good. Yeah, it was delicious. So appreciate that. Appreciate that barbecue. Stop by and get you a plate one day when you're coming through Bowden. But before we jump back in on the other side of the fence of the big rivalry in the state of Georgia, Bremen and Bowden, we're going to run through the scores one more time. Mount Zion comes up big tonight, 43-6 over Jordan. Villarica and a nail biter, but go on the road, and they beat Northgate 24-23.
I don't think nobody gave him a chance.
I don't either. I did.
Tom did.
I'll be honest, I did. I thought they were going to get beat, yeah.
But I got to see them play last night.
Yeah, that's true. You saw where they could grow in those areas.
They did.
So, Temple, no surprise, 43-21 over Chattooga. Carrollton 33-13 over Rome.
Oh, so they went off and left that.
Yeah. They played away at Rome, which is more impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Langston may have kicked the hornet's nest, hopefully.
I mean, they beat Rome by 3 touchdowns. That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And Rome shut out Cass.
Right.
I'm going to 13 points. You know, Rome's averaging over 40 points in 2 games against 2 good football teams.
Yep.
So.
And then, Hurd goes down again. They lose tonight 24-21 to South Atlanta. So back to the drawing board. They don't have an easy one next week. Callaway coming into town. So got to get some stuff figured out there.
Yeah, and Callaway's coming off a loss to one of their big rivals, too, when it comes to Troup County down there in Troup County.
Yep.
Another good football game. But Troup proved that they are still the top dog in Troup County right now.
Yep.
I heard County's got that Tennessee schedule right now.
Yeah.
That's a juggernaut, man.
Yeah, and then, your final score tonight, no surprise there. Central 42-7 over Hampton. And Haralson County was off tonight.
Hey, let me say this right quick about Central and Hampton. If y'all remember last year, that is the game Central got beat at home.
Yep.
And they lost to Hampton, and it wound up. They were on the road tonight, right?
No, they were at home.
They were at home tonight. Okay, so they were on the road last week and got beat.
Yep.
But they win it big and win it big tonight. But that was the game that kind of put them in that 3-4 slot, for the playoffs. They couldn't get on up to 1 or 2, and I don't know. I think that's another big win for Central this year.
Yeah, Central fans, quit worrying about Cedartown.
Yeah.
And keep up with Northwest. I'm calling it now. Northwest Whitfield and Snorville.
Well, he ain't calling it now, folks, because he told me 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Told us, Tim and I, 2 weeks ago. That team can put up some points, and that could be a team that could give Central fits. I think Central's going to beat Cedartown.
Mm-hmm.
Cedartown's just not nowhere near what they were last year.
Yeah, agreed.
So I think it's going to help them. Central can win this region, and if they do, then they can make a really deep run in the playoffs playing at home.
Yep. And moving to our last score, Bowden up big tonight, 42-16 over the Blue Devils in the 77th meeting, and you said you've only missed 2 of them?
Yep. Well, no. 2 of them in the last 32 years. Not in the last 77.
Oh, you said that earlier.
No, that's what he meant.
Yeah, I said 2 in the last 32. I didn't say nothing about 77. I ain't 53.
Okay,
well, I know it's beautiful. I'm beautiful, baby.
But yeah, you were there. You were calling it. tell us a little bit. I was there. You probably heard the tail end of it. Tell us a little bit about,
Bowden looks good getting off the bus. As soon as they get off the bus, they're big. They got some great athletes. Bremen was outmanned. It was outmanned when they got off the bus. I thought they played well in the first quarter, first half. They gave up some big plays, got pick six. They fumbled inside the 5, lost the ball there. And then the real big one was 14-3 right before the half. They have Bowden pinned down on their 1-yard line. It's 3rd and about 14. Bremen comes after them with everything they got. The quarterback, that kid's the McGrin kid. He's a real deal. And he showed out tonight. He bounced it to the outside. He run it, on paper it's a 99-yard touchdown. He run it about 106 yards because he was in the middle of the back of his end zone whenever he took off. But I think Bowden may have turned the corner. I mean, they just had too many dogs tonight. Valiant effort for Bremen. I think they've done a good job. There's a lot of guys that did good. Par Folsom had a great night. A.J. Sanders, 3 sacks. I think he had 12.
He was playing out of his mind.
Played out of his mind. There were several guys, that done a great job. But I think you line up against that team 9 out of 10, maybe 10 out of 10 times they go down.
Yeah, and that play you're talking about where Kyler took it 99, you can ask a few people I was standing with. I was watching, and I was telling myself, 14-3, that's good, let's go to half. And then Bowden fumbles that ball, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then Kyler, of course, in his fashion, said, I got it, and takes it to the house for 99, like you said, and arguably 100 and something yards to the house. And that, to me, that was kind of the turning point. And y'all have seen a bunch of them. Y'all have had kids in these games. You've seen all of us play. Heck, we got a room full of people that's been playing in that game before.
That's right.
When you see a play or a statement made in the game, that possibly would have been the one where you're like, gosh, that turning point, that flipped the switch where you're like, oh, I don't feel good about this anymore. And I think that run by Kyler, kind of set that up for the success in the second half and all those things. It was kind of like a snowball effect.
Well, you got him. You got the pro throw kid. He got involved in the second half. They started throwing to him. I expected them to throw more one-on-one balls, jump balls to him. He's so big, so athletic. But they started throwing little outs to him because they were having to cushion him because you can't let the kid get behind you. Because he gets behind you and it's done. It's touchdown. So they did that. They just chewed it up in the second half. Did what they had to do. Like I said, valiant effort out of Bremen. I mean, I know the score. I don't think that's indicative of how the game actually played out. I think it was a tighter game than that.
It was.
Because, like I said, Bremen, 3 interceptions, a couple of pick sixes. They give them the football. I mean, they're fixing to score. They're on the 5-yard line. You take some of that stuff back, and it's a closer football game. But like I said, they're just outgunned. I don't care who it is. You got to have the Jimmies and Joes to play football. Yeah. They got some Jimmies and Joes, buddy.
Well, and that's the thing that we talked about Wednesday night on the preview show, weekly football preview show, is that this could either be a 7-6 ball game, a 10-7 type ball game. But if Bowden starts clicking on offense, then Bowden could really blow Bremen out. And it goes back to all the athletes. We said Wednesday, Bowden's got more athletes than Bremen does. Bremen was coming in with a very good defense. And I thought that defense was going to kind of counter a lot of those athletes, the out-athlete part of it. But in the end, I think that ultimately is what won out. You talk about the 3 interceptions, a couple of them were pick sixes, 2 really good athletes that made those picks and scored those 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
So, and again, to me, the turning point for Bowden last year was the Bremen game. When they played – of the first 3 games of the year, that was their first real complete game. And they went on and rolled after that. Because similar kind of thing could happen this year. Except for, again, I'm excited. After seeing Mount Zion tonight, I'm excited to watch them and Bowden play for a region championship at the end of the year. It's going to be a really good football game.
With Bowden, too, though, and you'll probably agree with this, they had a lot of home runs, too, like missed tackles by Bremen, and they take it 70 or they take it 90, whatever it might be. So for them, like I was talking with Mr. Bryant, how do they start sustaining these drives, And the same thing can go with Bremen. It's almost like you have a little success, and you're hitting this wall, kind of how the Haralson County game was, So how do you keep building on that before you get to region? Because you're kind of running out of time now, so, you know, it's got to pick up pretty
I
quick.
think they're going to be fine in region. Like I said, I think they were outmanned tonight. They'd have had to play an absolute perfect game to beat Bowden. Bowden did a lot of things wrong, too. Bowden had a ton of penalties. I think they had 15 penalties.
And Kyler had a fumble. Like,
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of big things that they did wrong. But for Bremen, as far as their defense, you can't keep relying on that defense. That offense has got to move the ball down the field. And I felt like in the first half, they were moving the ball pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't bad. They were setting themselves up for points. But then they killed themselves by losing the ball or, you know, the pick six and stuff like that. But like I said, you'd have to play a perfect football game to beat them. Bremen would have to play a perfect football game to beat them. So,
and, you know, we talked on the weekly show, too. I think I used the example, when does the levee break?
Yeah.
Like, we talked about how good that defense was, was, but tonight, you know, it's kind of how much can you stand to just continue to do that over and over and over. One missed tackle ended up being big home runs, and, I mean, it's hard to do that for multiple games like that.
Well, here's the thing about the defense, too. I don't care how good the defense is. When they're on the field all night, they're going to break.
Yeah.
They're going to break, especially against really good ball players and really good ball teams. Like I said, they turned the ball over, 4 times tonight, and then shot themselves in the foot when they were on drives. But when you start turning the ball over, your defense is on the field. Of course, 2 of them were pick sixes, you know, that went, you know, straight for points. But when your defense is on the field all night, we talked about it with Villarica last week, played great defense against a really good Hebron team, and then late in the game, they give up 2 scores and wind up getting beat 13-6. But it was a team that scored 70 the week before. And I don't care who you play it. When you put up 70, your offense is clicking pretty good. You know, and then when you've seen that team, I don't know. I think sometimes really good defenses gets a bad rap when a lot of points is scored.
And it's a perfect example tonight. Like I said, 42 points. Those kids played their butts off. The guys from Bowden will tell you the same thing. That defense played their butts off. They had to come after them the whole night. That was the only way they were going to be able to play with them. It was going to have to be man coverage, press, linebackers. They had tons of people moving in.
And they needed the turnovers instead of Bowden.
That's right. They needed the turnovers, and they did a great job. There was a lot of 3 and outs. There was a lot of times that their defense done what they had to do. Second half, just to give you an idea, Bowden comes out. Great run back. I think it was, I don't think it was Prothro. It might have been Beasley. Run the ball back across the 50-yard line. Looked like they were setting themselves up for points. Bremen stops them. Bremen turns around, throws an interception. One first play, and they got the ball. They actually run it in the end zone. There's a block in the back, so they get the ball back. They stop them again. So they were keeping themselves kind of in the game.
With the defense.
But how many times can you just continuously rely on a defense to keep doing that time and time and time again? And you can't when you got a team like Bowden who's got, like I said,
explosive.
They got the Prothro kid, the Kyler Grin. I'll give a shout out to the Dylan Grin kid that's on the other side, the brother.
He's good.
He's all over the place on defense.